Alrighty, welcome back YouTube. It's been a slow week. The weather has kind of been crappy here in Iowa, but I do have some progress updates, and I'm getting ready to start doing some more. Get a quick video for you on where I'm at. I haven't tackled anything on the fuel system yet, unfortunately. I need to order a sending unit and some fuel lines. Probably get that ordered tomorrow because tomorrow's payday, and then once that stuff shows up, I'll get that put in. But right now, what I've done this week, I got all of the holes on both fenders ground down, cleaned up. I still got to do the door, but I got the fenders all ground down and cleaned up. I got the inside of the fenders rhino line the other night. I stacked them up here in front of the heater so they would dry better. They're dry right now. I'm going to see about getting these fenders mounted today, straightened out, and see how they look. The bed liner ran a little bit, but it coated it pretty well. Both fenders are coated up. I got all of the rust re-sanded down to bare metal. I mean, it was already bare metal once, but I sanded it all back down to bare metal. I put a coat of the rust killer on all the rusty spots. Then I put down 2 coats of primer, sanded it, 2 coats of bed liner. It's good enough for me. But anyways, let's see what it's going to take to get these bad boys mounted. Okay, I've got the welds ground down on the driver's door. Got some coating on them so it won't rust on me. And now I got the driver's fender on, and I need to massage the fit of this door a little better because now that the fender's on, I can tell the gap's big here, then the gap goes down and touches down here. So I need to loosen the hinges from the body itself, not from the door, and try to cock it a little bit this way. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I've got the door gap sitting better. I still need to get a little adjustment out of it. I'm not quite sure how to get it the rest of the way, but it no longer rubs on the back. There's actually like, I don't know, a 1/16 of gap at the bottom. This panel is loose, so it is touching. So I can't really judge that gap off of that, but I do need to get this finished set. But for now, I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but nothing rubs. It opens and shuts nicely. I need to get new door pins, and I need to get the door handle replaced on the driver's side. I got all the bolts in the front fender tightened down. Everything's looking good there. I was getting ready to toss the passenger side fender on, and I realized I hadn't primed it yet. So it is getting dried right now. Won't be dry until tomorrow. So we'll get this mounted tomorrow. And tomorrow, after I get this mounted, I'll be staying home with my son tomorrow because he's sick. Came home from school sick today. Has a fever and whatnot. Poor little guy. But anyways, while he's napping and relaxing in the house tomorrow, I'm going to get the rest of the fuel system ripped out and see what I need to order, 110%. Make sure I get the right sending unit because I'm going from the 25 gallon to the 32 gallon, so I need the longer sending unit. I'll get my lines and hoses inspected. I'm going to replace all the rubber hoses, and hopefully the steel hoses are still good. If not, oh well, we'll get those bought and purchased as well. And I've decided I'm going to wait to mount the hood until I can get this thing outside and pressure wash it. That way the hood's not in my way because I need to do a better job pressure washing. I spent an hour washing it before I brought in, but still some crap on the firewall, a bunch of stuff under the frame. It's going to be messier than hell, but tomorrow when I rip the tank out, I'm going to wire brush and then open the door, get my air compressor fired up, and just blow everything out of here. Blow it all out. Have a couple fans set up to push all the dust away. Whatever settles, I'll sweep up. But I think that halts tonight's progress. I might get the welder rolled over here and get the passenger door holes welded up, so tomorrow I can get those sanded down. And when I did the driver's side, I made sure and undercoated all of the spots inside the door that I welded, so hopefully that protects from rust in the future. Wire brushed them down, sprayed undercoating on it twice, and I mean, I think that's good for now. Hopefully in the next 3 years, I don't need a new hood, the hood's flawless. Hopefully in the next 3 years I can find and afford new or very good shaped doors I'm just going to buy brand new fenders. No sense in messing around when I can get a good set of front fenders. I think it was 640 bucks. Front grill's good, front bumper's good. The back bumper is cut for mud racing. I will probably build a custom tire carrier rear bumper anyway, so I'm not worried about that one. Biggest thing I'm not ready to tackle is the rust on top of the truck. The rest of the rust is going to be fairly easy, but up there where the windshield, or where the hood, the roof contours right by the windshield, that's going to be difficult. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll show you. I don't know what they did. I'm guessing it had a little rust and they packed some Bondo in there and sanded it down because chunks of Bondo come out of there. It's sad. I'm guessing it sat under a tree for a while, and it appears to have been rebuilt either late 80s or early 90s, judging by how far the rust is underneath the Bondo. Because, I mean, it looks pretty good when I got it. I'll add in a couple pictures and you guys can see what it looked like 15 years ago. But spent most of its life in mud that I owned it, and if it wasn't in mud, it was just sitting outside, not moving. So, wasn't good on it. I do have a lean-to. I'm going to park this thing under when I am done or not working on it, so now it'll at least be protected from the roof and one side. So yeah, pretty happy with myself. If I had a lot more money, I'd be a lot further. But hey, it is what it is. Alrighty. Passenger side fender is mounted. I need to adjust the door some because the door is recessed a little bit from the fender, and it's also recessed a little from here. But reaching these top bolts on the door is a pain in the butt. It's pretty flush down here, but I'll probably take care of that later. But for now, what I'd like to do is go through and buff all of my radiator support, the outsides of my fenders here. I'd like to get all that painted black so I can get the grill on. I thought about just throwing it on as is, but that gray would look freaking stupid underneath there. So let's get some buffing done, some sanding, cleaning, whatnot. I'd get a lot more done if my helper would help me. But he's playing in Dad's toolbox. What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing, Charlie? No, you don't. Are you losing my shit?
No, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
And see what it does.
Those are Allen wrenches.
What?
Allen wrenches.
Cool.
Alright. I've got it all sanded down, nice and smooth. Got the prep spray put on and wiped off. I gotta let it sit for about 20-30 minutes, make sure there's no prep spray in any crevices. And then after my helper leaves, I'm gonna spray paint it because I don't want to paint it with him out here. Because it'll make you sick. Right?
What are you going to put on that won't make you sick?
I'll wear a mask.
Oh, that's helmet?
Sure. Alrighty. The first coat was flat black. I just went over it and sanded it. The second coat is gloss black. Looks pretty good. Now it's time to see about getting this grill cleaned up. I was going to put it on the truck and then clean it up, but I figured it'd be easier to do it on these sawhorses. I'm looking for people's opinions. For the headlight buckets, should I leave them chrome or should I do them black? Same with the grill. I'm really not sure what I want to do. I know I'm going to pop the grill out and start polishing on this aluminum. I'll get a before and after picture. We'll see what it looks like.